Morning students. Yesterday we completed examples till 6. Now today we are starting with example number 7. Example number 7 is how many 2-digit numbers are divisible by 3? Now the question is how many 2-digit numbers are divisible by 3? The 2-digit numbers start from 10 till 99. Now you have to see that this number 10 is not divisible by 3. Similarly, 11 is not divisible by 3. So our list will start from 12. After 12, what is the number? 15, which will go by 3. Then 18, which will go by 3, and so on till 99. Now you have to find how many numbers are there which are divisible by 3. So you can write here numbers divisible by 3, or the AP of numbers divisible by 3 is AP of numbers divisible by 3 is this. Now from here we can find A1 is 12, D is A2 minus A1 is equal to 3, we know that D is 3, and AN is also given 99, right? Now AN is given, and what you have to find? N. You have to find how many numbers are there. So N you have to find. Now put the formula for AN and put the values of all which are given. Now AN is 99 is equal to A is 12 plus N minus 1 into D is 3. Now shift this 12 to this side. 99 minus 12 is equal to N minus 1 into 3. Solve it. (99 minus 12 is 87. Now again 3 is multiplied here, so when you shift it to this place, it will be divided. Now 3 29s are. Now minus 1 will go here, it will become plus 1. So N is 30. N is 30. So numbers which are divisible by 3, 2-digit numbers, they are 30. We will write the answer: 2-digit numbers divisible by 3, 2-digit numbers divisible by 3 are 30. So this is how you will do example number 7. Next example is example number 8. Now example number 8 is find the 11th term from the last term of the AP. Now AP is given to you and you have to find the 11th term from the last. AP is 10, 7, 4 and so on till minus 62. This is an AP. You have to find 11th term from the last. From the last means from the back you have to find the 11th term. Now from the back if we are finding, that means this is my A1 now. A1 is minus 62. Now for finding D, this is A1, that means A2 I don't know. Now when I was telling you about D and I was giving you the formula, I told you D can be A1 minus A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, A4 minus A3 and so on, and last I told you D is AN minus AN minus 1. But this is your AN and this is your AN minus 1. So when you put the values, it will be 3. D is 3, right? D is 3. Now apply the formula. You know A1, you know D, you know AN. AN is 10, right? But AN is not required because we have to find A11. A11 is A plus 10D. A1 plus 10D. So A1 is minus 62 plus 10 into 3. Minus 62 plus 30 is minus 32. So this is your 11th term. 11th term is minus 32. Right? Again I am telling this question because this is a little bit different. AP is given to you 10, 7, 4 and minus 62 till it goes. Now you have to find 11th term from the end. 11th term from the end means from the back you have to find the 11th term. That means my AP is starting from here. So A1 is minus 62 and AN is 10. Now I know A1. want D also to find A11. How to find D? Now A1 is there, A2 is not there. But I told you there are so many formulae for this D. You have to find D by A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, A4 minus A3, A5 minus A4 and so on till AN minus 1. Now AN you know last term and one term preceding last term, that is AN minus 1 also you know. So it is 10 minus 7, 3. Now I have got A1, I have got D. So simply I'll put the formula of A1 plus 10D and that is minus 32. Next example, example number 9. Example number 9 is a word problem. A sum of rupees 1000 is invested at 8% simple interest per year. That means principal is given rupees 1000. Rate is given 8% and it is simple interest. Find the interest at the end of each year. At the end of each year means when I find A1, it will be at the end of 1 year. So it is for simple interest, we know the formula P into R into T upon 100. So 1000 into 8 into 1 upon 100. It will be 80 rupees. So our A1 is 80. Similarly, when we find A2, it is 1000 into 8 into 2. Now time is 2 years. It will be 160 rupees. Okay. Then for A3 also you can find 1000 into 8 into 3 upon 100. Again it is 240 rupees. So at the end of each year we can find. Similarly you can find for 4th, 5th and so on. And last it is given. You have to tell whether it is forming an AP or not. So if you write this 80, 160, 240 and so on. Is it forming an AP? Yes, because the difference is 80. You can see that the difference is 80. So this forms an AP. Right? So this is forming an AP. And then you have to find the interest at the end of 30 years. So A30 also you have to find. Simply you can find A30 also. A30 will be 1000 into 8 into 30 years upon 100. So it will be 2400 rupees. Right? Moving on to example number 10. Example number 10 now. In a flower bed, there are 23 rose plants in the first row. First row means A1 is given 23. 21 in the second. So A2 is given 21. And 19 in the third. A3 is 19. And so on. There are 5 rose plants in the last row. That means AN is 5. So your AP is 23, 21, 19 and so on till 5. Now you have to find how many rows are there in a flower bed. How many rows means you have to find N. N we have to find. So put the formula again. AN is equal to A1 plus N minus 1 into D. AN is 5. A1 is 23 plus N minus 1 into D is, D you have to find. D will be 21 minus 23 minus 2. So we can find D. D is 21 minus 23 is equal to minus 2. We have found D. Let's put them in the formula. Now 23 will come here and becomes negative. 5 minus 23 is equal to N minus 1 into minus 2. Minus 18, minus 2 will come in the denominator and minus 1. Got it? So N is equal to 9 plus 1, 10. Minus 1 will shift here and becomes positive. So N minus 1 is 10. There are 10 rows in the flower bed. So this is your example number 10. Now let's move to the question 11 of exercise. Question number 11. Very important question, comes so many times in your board exams, previous board exams. Which term of the AP? 3, 15, 27, 39. This is your AP given. Now they are saying which term will be 132 more than 54th term. Which term means AN will be equal to 132 more than. I told you whenever more than is there, 132 you will write in the second place. 54th term, so A54, right? So this is the equation given. Which term AN will be equal to 132 more than, so 132 after plus you will write more than 54th term. 54th term will be written as A54. Now from this data you can see that our A1 is 3 and our D is 15 minus 3, 12. So we'll put these values in the formula. Now AN is A plus N minus 1 into D. And A54, how do you write A54? What's the formula for A54? A plus 53D plus 132. So I have put the formula. Now A1 and A1 both will cancel from this side. Now N minus 1D plus, and here it is 53D plus 132. Put the value of D. D is 12 is equal to 53 into 12 plus 132. Solve it. 36, 3. 636 plus 132. So it is 668. Now 12N, or you can just shift this 12 to this side. It is 768, sorry. 768. So 12 6 are 72 and 48. 12 4s are 48. So N is equal to 64 plus 1, 65. This implies N is 65, which is your answer. Again I am repeating the question. This is the AP given. From here you can find that A1 is 3 and D is A2 minus A1, 15 minus 3, 12. Now it is given in the question which term of an AP, that means AN, will be means equal to 132 more than. So plus 132, 54th term, and you will write A54. 54th term is A54. Now just put the values. AN can be written as A1 plus N minus 1D because AN is not there in the AP. A54 is also not there, so I am just putting the formula for it. A plus 53D plus 132. Now A1 and A1 both will cancel from this side and we'll put the value of D. D is 12 here, 12 here. Now when you solve this, you get the answer 768. Now 12 is multiplied here, shift it to this side with it in the denominator, cut it, you get 64. Add minus 1 to it, it will be, minus 1 will shift there, it will become plus, and the answer is 65. So this was your question number 11. Now question number 12. Two APs have the same common difference. So now there are two APs. Let one AP be A1, A2, A3 to AN. And let the other AP be, or B1 B1, B2, B3 to BN. These are the two APs. They have the same common difference. Both of them, they have same common difference. That is, let us take D. Same common difference, that is D. Right? The difference between their 100th term is 100. The difference between their 100th term, like if I take 100th term of this, B100, and 100th term of this AP, A100. When you take their difference, it is 100. Right? Now B100 means, what does that mean? B plus 99D. And what is A100 means? A plus 99D. B1, A1 is equal to 100. Is it clear? Now two different APs are there, so I have taken one AP as A1, A2 to AN, another AP as B1, B2 to BN. Now it is given that they have the same common difference. So common difference is D for both the APs. Now it is given in the question that their 100th terms, when you take their difference, it is 100. So 100th term of this AP will be B100, 100th term of this AP will be A100. So B100 formula is B1 plus 99D. Minus sign as it is. Formula of A100 is A1 plus 99D. Now when you solve it, B1 plus 99D minus A1 minus 99D is equal to 100. Because when we open the bracket, this minus sign will be there with it. So plus 99D and minus 99D will cancel because D was same for both. That means B1 minus A1 is 100. Okay. Now it is given, it is asked, what is the difference between their thousandth terms? What will be the difference between their thousandth term? So if you take B1000 minus A1000, B1000 minus A1000, what will be your answer? They are asking. So B1000 means B1 plus 999D and A1 is 999D. I have just opened the bracket, right? The way I have done it here. Again, these two will cancel. B1 minus A1, your answer. What was B1 minus A1? It is 100. So your difference for thousandth term will also remain same, which is 100. So this was your question number 12. Now question number 13. Question number 13 is, if you find any problem in any of these questions, you can just ask me on my personal window, telephonically, or you can ask a question on WhatsApp also. Question number 13, I am not solving it, I am just telling what to do. How many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? Now this question is same as example. There it was 2-digit, now it is 3 digits. So first you have to think 3-digit numbers start from 100 and end at 999. Now you have to check from where it will start. 100, is it divisible by 7? No. 101? No. 102? No. 103? Again no. 104? Again no. 105? It is divisible. Right? Now if first number is 105, next number will be 112 because it is divisible by 7. So you have to add 7 to it. Right? Similarly, move from the back. 999. Just check whether it is divisible by 7 or not. No. 999. Is it divisible? No. 997. Again no. 996. Again no. 995. No. 994 is divisible. Right? 7. If you divide it by 7, it will be divisible. So we have got the AP. First we have to make an AP. So we had made an AP just by thinking of it. Now we know A1 105. We know D 7. We know AN 994. Put the formula of AN and find N. Now you can do it. So this is your homework. Question number 14 is also same. How many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? Now between word is there, that means 10 and 250 are not to be counted. And otherwise if it is counted, then also 10 and 250 both are not divisible by 4. So we have to think of the numbers which are divisible by 4. First number will be 12, then 16 and so on till which number? 250 is not divisible, 249 will not be divisible, 248 will be divisible. Right? So we have framed an AP of the numbers between 10 and 250 which are divisible by 4. Now same method you will follow as you follow in question number 13 and you can find. Question number 15. Now 15th question. Question 15 is, for what value of n? The nth terms of two APs. Now two APs are given, 63, 65, 67 and so on. And second AP is 3, 10, 17 and so on. Now these are the two APs. Now both these APs have AN equal. AN of both the APs are equal. So from the first AP, your A1 is 63, D is 65 minus 63, 2. Right? And from the second AP, A1 is 3 and D is 10 minus 3, 7. Right? So we have found the A1s of both. Let us change it as A1 and capital A. Because difference is same, are not same, and even first terms are not same. But what is same? AN. Last term of both APs are same. This is given in the question. According to question, AN is equal to capital AN. Like if I am taking its nth term as small an, its nth term as capital AN, both these terms are equal. So we'll just put the formulas for them. A1 plus n minus 1 into D, and A1 plus n minus 1 into D, and put the formula. It will be A1 is 63 plus n minus 1 into D is 2. Here 3 plus n minus 1 into 7. Okay, 63 plus 2n minus 2 is equal to 3 plus 7n minus 7. Open the brackets and then solve it further. So 63 minus 2 is 61 plus 2n. 3 minus 7 is minus 4 plus 7n. Shift this to this side, like terms together. 7n minus 2n. 65 is equal to 5n. So n is 13. 65 upon 5 is 13. So this is your answer for question number 15. Question number 16. Find the AP whose third term is 16. So A3 is 16. Seventh term, A7, exceeds. Yesterday I told you whenever the word exceed is there, what you have to do? Equal to and plus together. You will put, and what is it is exceeding? Fifth term, A5 by 12. So A5 plus 12. Right? Now put the values. What is A3? A plus 2D. This is your first equation. What is A7? A plus 6D. What is A5? A plus 4D and plus 12. Now just simplify this second equation. A and A cancel. Shift this to this side. 2D is equal to 12. D is equal to 6. So we have got the value for D. Put it in the first equation. Put in 1. So it will be A plus 2 into 6 is equal to 16. So A plus 12 is equal to 16. A is equal to 4. Now we have got the values for both B and A. And what you have to find in this question? Find the AP. So what will be your AP now? AP will be 4. Start adding 6 to it. 10, 16 and so on. So this will be your AP. Right? This was question number 16. Question number 17 is same as example number 8. So that will be your homework. Question number 18. Question number 18 now. The sum of 4th and 8th terms. Sum of 4th means A4 plus A8 is equal to 24. Sum of 6th and 10th term, A6 plus A10 is equal to 44. Find the first 3 terms of the AP. So just put the values of these and frame the equations. A4 is A plus 3D plus A8 is A plus 7D is equal to 24. Solve it. A plus A, 2A. 3 plus 7, 10D is equal to 24. And you can take 2 common. A plus 5D is equal to 2 into 12. So 2 and 2 will cancel from both sides. And your first equation will become A plus 5D equal to 12. Right? Similarly, find for the second equation. You can write like A6 is A plus 5D plus A plus 9D is equal to 44. So same way, you can frame an equation for the second equation and then use elimination method the way we have solved earlier. Right? Find A and D and then find first 3 terms of an AP. This was example question number 18. You can do it after this. Question number 19. Subba Rao started work in 1995 at an annual salary of rupees 5,000 and received an increment of rupees 200 each year. Now he received a salary of rupees 5,000. Then every year 200 rupees is increasing. That means this is your A1 and every year it is increasing means this is an increment. So this will be counted as D. So D is 200. In which year did his income reach 7,000? Like 5,000, then it becomes 5200, then it becomes 5400. They are asking when it will reach 7000. That means what you have to find? You have to find n. A1 is given, D is given, AN is given. This is your AN, D is given, A1 is given, and you have to find n. So you can do it by simply using the formula of AN. Last question, question number 20. Ramkali saved rupees 5 in the first week of a year. That means A1 is given rupees 5 first week, and then increased her weekly savings by rupees 1.75. Then she starts saving rupees 1.75 every week. So this is your common difference. If in the nth week her weekly savings become rupees 20.75, so nth week means AN is given rupees 20.75. You have to find n. Same as this question, everything is given. Apply the formula of AN and find n. So you have to complete the whole exercise, that is question number 11 to 20 and example number 7 to 10. All I have told. If any problem comes up, then please ask on my personal window, or you can just call me also. Thank you so much.